Hello, welcome to my channel, The Hebrew Bible. This is Moses Gumadi, and in this video we'll talk about Balaam's donkey, right? Speaking. And of course the subject is about the angel of the Lord. The angel of the Lord appears to Balaam and in fact appears to the donkey of Balaam and makes it speak. Malach Adonai, or the angel of the Lord. This is the third part in the series. Let's go to book of Numbers, chapter 22. Verse 22. The book of Numbers is called Bemidbar in Hebrew. It means in the wilderness, Bemidbar. Okay. Vayichar of Elohim ki holech hu vayit yatsev malach Adonai baderek la Satan lo. Look at this. God's anger was kindled. That's Elohim here. Because he went. Who went? Balaam. Where did he go? So we'll look at the short story. Basically what happened is the king of Moab, Balak, wanted to hire Balaam or Bilaam to come and curse the children of Israel. And so he refused. God said, don't go. And then he said, okay, I'm not coming. Again, those people came back and asked him, and God said, okay, go. Right? And he started going, and God got angry because he didn't listen to his words that he had originally told him. And so God's anger was kindled against Balaam because he went, and the angel of the Lord stood in the way for an adversary against him. Vayit yatsev. Natsav means to stand. Vayit yatsev. Malach Adonai. So the Malach Adonai, or the angel of the Lord, stood baderek, in the way, la Satan lo, mean as a Satan. Well, what does it mean? The problem is, of course, we have a cultural misunderstanding of this word Satan, which actually means nothing more than an adversary. The angel of the Lord stood as an adversary. Against who? Against Bilaam or Balaam. So that's the word. So let's look at these words. Malach Adonai, angel of the Lord. Mem Lamed Aleph Chaf, Sofit, the final Sofit. If you know the vowels, of course, this is Patach. Patach, this is Shva. This is, of course, Shva. And then the Lord's name, Shva, Cholam, is not there most of the times, but sometimes it is present, and Kamatz. Malach Adonai. Now this word, adversary, is Satan. When the individual who is called Satan, there is one individual, of course, he goes to God and complains about Job in the book of Job. And some of those references, when there is a particular individual referred to, he is called Ha-Satan. But essentially in either case, it basically means adversary. We'll deal with that subject some other time about the word Satan and how it is used in the Bible. Now what happens is that when the angel of the Lord stood in the way, the donkey, the ass, Vatere ha-athon. Athon is the donkey. Saw, Vatere means, and she saw. This is in the feminine. And she saw. Who saw? The donkey. The donkey saw, Eth malach Adonai nitzav baderek. So he was standing in the way. Right? With a sword drawn in his hand. And the donkey turned aside and went into the field, and Balaam smote the donkey to turn her into the way. So first time he strikes the donkey. So the word for donkey, of course, is athon, female donkey. That's the word for athon, female donkey. So reading further, what happened? The angel of the Lord stood in the path of the vineyards. So the donkey moved aside, but the angel of the Lord stood in the path of the vineyards. Vayamod Amad is the verb here. Vayamod means he stood. Malach Adonai b'mishol hakeramim. Hakeramim, the vineyards. Hakeramim, ha is the article, which means the. Kerem means vineyard. Keramim means vineyards, plural. Hakeramim. Kerem is a vineyard. Okay. Now, if you want to read like this, Hakeramim and then Kerem, etc., you obviously need to know the letters and you need to know the vowels. And the best way that I would recommend you to learn the letters and the vowels is to use the flashcards. Flashcards, for example, you have on the one side the letters and the vowels, of course, in different colors. On the back, you have the name of the letter or the vowel. So you see on the one side, and then if you can't recognize it, you can always get the answer on the back side. So there are 54 such cards in a pack, Biblical Hebrew alphabet and vowels. If you want to get it, I have left a link for this particular flashcards in the description. Please look in the description of this video and you have a link there for these flashcards. So moving forward, the angel of the Lord goes further. Right? The angel of the Lord goes further and again stood in a narrow place, and there was no way to turn to the right or the left. And the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, and she fell down under Balaam, and Balaam's anger was kindled, and he smote the ass or the donkey with a staff. So again, this is happening. Bilaam is the word here, which is translated as Balaam or Balaam. Is Bilaam. So second time he beats the donkey. Bilaam, that is his name. The meaning of the name is supposed to be, Am means people. Bil or Bal means negative. In fact, there are 3 negative particles in Hebrew. Lo means no or not. Al is there, Aleph Lamed, not El. El, Al, El. There are 3 different words which are used for different purposes. One of them is Al, Aleph Lamed. Al means not. And Bal also means not. Mostly used in the book of Psalms and other poetic literature within the Hebrew Bible. So Bal means not, Am means people. So the interpretation is that Bilaam means he is not of the people. So perhaps he was a foreigner, he's come from somewhere. So really, other than this, we don't know anything about Bilaam. He obviously lived in Mesopotamian area. Okay, what happened further? The Lord opened the mouth of the ass or the donkey. Who opened? So far we read about the angel of the Lord a couple of times. Now here we read YHVH. Pathach means to open. You know, the vowel here under the thav, that one, YHVH. So under the vav, that is patach. The patach there. The vowel patach comes from the verb patach, means to open. Vayyiftach Adonai et pi ha aton. So Adonai, or the Lord, Yodevavhe, he opened the mouth of the donkey. It doesn't say the angel of the Lord opened the mouth of the donkey. So far, yet we have not seen a connection between the angel of the Lord and the Lord himself. But we shall see later on as we go further down. We'll see if there is a connection. Vayiftak Adonai et pi ha'athon. The Lord opened the mouth of the donkey. And he said, and the donkey said, donkey is talking now. Just imagine, the Lord opened the mouth of the donkey and donkey speaks. What have I done? Why are you beating me? Why hast thou smitten me 3 times? These 3 times. And interestingly, this word, shalosh regalim, is used 3 times. What does it mean? Regalim, the word regalim means feet. So he's saying, why have you beaten me or hit me 3 feet? What does it mean? The word regalim is feet. It comes from the singular regel, means foot. So, the Orion constellation in the sky, these are the stars, Orion constellation. Perhaps you may be familiar, otherwise you can look up in the night sky. You will notice these 3 stars like this in the 4 on the corner. It's a very familiar big constellation which is easily recognizable, called Orion. At the foot of it, one of them, the star's name is called Rigel, and in fact it is at the foot of the description, like the picture that they draw for these constellations. And that name Rigel comes from regel, means foot. And so why is he talking about shalosh regalim, or that is 3 feet? He says, in fact the donkey is saying shalosh regalim 3 times. Why is it 3 times or 3 feet? I think it's like 3 paces, meaning 3 steps or something like that, because every time he beat it, and then he took the next step, again he beat it, etc. 3 paces. I think that's the connection. Anyway, so we have this word regalim, so you're getting to know the vocabulary as well. Regel means foot, and that word is used, this Hebrew word is of course used in the name of one of the stars in the constellation of Orion. Reading further. So what happened? And the donkey replies to Bilaam, why are you hitting me? He said, am I not your donkey upon which you have ridden ever since I was thine unto this day? Like I've been your donkey all along. Have I done like this any time before? He said, no. Then the Lord opened the eyes of Bilaam. Vaigal Adonai et eine Bilaam. Vaigal means he has opened, Adonai has opened, et eine, ein, or ein means eyes, eye. Eine means eyes of his, of Bilaam. Eine is in the construct state. Bilaam, the eyes of Bilaam, who opened, the Lord opened. And what happened? He saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way. Vayar et malach Adonai nitzav baderek. He saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way. Derech means way. And his sword was drawn, and he bowed. That is, Bilaam bowed down his head and fell flat on his face. He was afraid. So the angel of the Lord speaks to Bilaam. He says, why have you beaten your donkey 3 times? Shalosh regalim. He uses the same phrase that the donkey had used previously. Shalosh regalim, 3 steps, or 3 paces, or 3 feet. 3 feet, to be literal. Again he uses shalosh regalim. I went out to withstand thee, because thy way is perverse before me, and the ass, the donkey, saw me and turned from me these 3 times. Unless she had turned from me, surely now also I had slain thee and saved her alive. I would have killed you and let the donkey go, says the angel of the Lord. Now he is able to see the angel of the Lord. So what it means is that the angel of the Lord sometimes appears and sometimes he doesn't appear. He appears to the animals and not to men, etc. Strange behavior from the animal in this case, and God opens, the angel of the Lord opens the mouth. No. It says actually Adonai opened, didn't he? It says in the previous verse we saw. Sorry, let's go forward. Yes, Vayiftach Adonai et pi ha'athon. Okay. So the Lord opened. So we'll see the connection between the angel of the Lord. The Lord opened the eyes of Bilaam, and the angel of the Lord said unto him like this, etc. Now Bilaam replies to the angel of the Lord, I have sinned. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. For I knew not that thou stoodest in the way against me. I didn't know that you were there. I couldn't see. Until, of course, the Lord opened his eyes. Now, therefore, if it displease thee, I will get back. If you don't like it, I'll go back home. No problem. And the angel of the Lord said unto Bilaam, Go with the men, but only the word that I shall speak unto thee, that thou shalt speak. Now, this is a very important phrase, because now this is what identifies the angel of the Lord with the words of God spoken earlier in a previous verse, which I'm going to show you. But only the word that I shall speak unto thee, that thou shalt speak. Ve'efes et hadavar asher adaber elecha oto tedaber. Efes, only, ve'efes, only that, right? Et hadavar, whatever matter, asher adaber, whatever I shall say, elecha, to thee, oto, that particular thing, that one, tedaber, that you must speak. But only the word that I shall speak unto thee, that thou shalt speak. Okay, go back to Numbers 22 verse 20, a few verses earlier, about 15 verses earlier. We read here, Vayavo Elohim el Bilaam Laila, and God came to Bilaam in the night. Vayomer lo, and he said unto him, Im likro lecha ba'uha nashim. If they call you, then go up and go with them. Kum lecha, get up and kum lech itam. So get up and go with them, right? Ve'ach et hadavar asher adaber elecha oto te'aseh. So almost identical phrase. Et hadavar asher adaber means whatever matter I shall speak unto thee, elecha, oto, it doesn't say tadaber as in the previous case. Here, ve'efes et hadavar asher adaber elecha, oto tedaber. He doesn't say oto tedaber, he says oto ta'aseh, thou shalt do. The word which I shall say unto thee, that thou shalt do. Yeah, notwithstanding the slight difference in between this and that, the previous one, it is very clear that the one who speaks to him here is called Elohim, who came to Bilaam at night and spoke to him and said, The word which I shall say unto thee, that thou shalt do. And here in verse 35 of book of Numbers 22, here the angel of the Lord says to Bilaam, Go with the men, but only the word that I shall speak unto thee, that thou shalt speak. And therefore we can conclude that the angel of the Lord is speaking on behalf of God in the first person. Sometimes these identifications are confused deliberately for us so as to make it appear that in fact God is speaking. When the angel of the Lord is there, it implies as though God is speaking. So these are a bit tricky ones. So what does it really mean? So God appears in a limited manner through his angels, or he speaks through his angels, who makes his angels spirits, we read in Psalm 104. So he takes over them in a way, and he speaks to them in the first person. That's why they speak like that. And there are multiple interpretations, of course, on that one. But in any case, the angel of the Lord speaks several times in the scripture in the first person as though he is the Lord himself. Right, so that brings us to the end of this particular video. Thank you for watching. Please do like the video, subscribe to my channel, click the bell icon, and please do comment and say what you want to say. And I would be, if you give me feedback, that'll be really good. Forward it to your friends, and I shall come back to you with another video, perhaps on this very series, or maybe something else. Let us see. I shall see you again as soon as I can. Thank you very much. Bye bye now.